Hello everyone, Daniel Kerr here. Today I got a Roland MC09, okay? I was going to actually show you guys me unboxing it from getting it, but I had to walk 2 miles home from the post office, so I ended up just opening it there and shoving it into the backpack with some packing material. It was packed pretty well. Looks to be in decent shape. It actually took me about 2.5 months to get it because I had the wrong address in my Reverb account, which was stupid me. I had the correct address updated in PayPal, so I thought it would come to me, but it got sent back after months, even though I called repeatedly. Well, let's see. All of the knobs seem to be in good shape. We'll see if there's bad buttons or anything. Oh, a smart media card. I have some of these. I actually didn't even know it took a smart media. Weird. It's a Korg smart media. It looks like it has RCA inputs and outputs. There's something stuck in that one. It's probably styrofoam from the packaging. On-off switch. All right, MIDI in and out. And it looks like RCA inputs and outputs. I forgot about these. I should have guessed that Roland, 90s era Roland would have that crap. I used to have EF303 and things like that. Maybe even SH32 had it. I can't remember. Power supply. Oh, that's really wiggly. I wonder if it's got a short. We need to plug this thing in. So let's get this thing going. I'm going to plug this in, and then I'm going to grab some audio cables and some RCA audio cables, and we'll get this thing started. Look at this. Is this 3 feet? I don't even know. And of course, because it's Roland, it has the center negative, tip negative, ring positive, like a guitar pedal, not like the standard from Yamaha or Korg or Electron or Novation or Waldorf or so on and so forth. It's always been like this with Roland. I don't understand their thing. Casio too. I guess they took after Casio. Let me grab some audio cables. I'll be right back. Okay. So I have everything hooked up, and man, I can't stand RCAs. Anyway, let me turn this thing on. Where's the power? Colorful. Notice there's a lot of these stickers that are put on here, and obviously it's reminiscent of the old days when they had when you'd find a keyboard that somebody had put the stickers with the notes on the keys. But these ones are the shift menu, I believe. LFO rate, LFO wave, oscillator wave, pitch LFO, filter type. It looks like these can come in handy because I don't see them otherwise marked, and I don't have a manual. So let's audition something here. Oh boy. Okay, let's find the filters. Alright. That really squelches. That sounds pretty good. It looks like I have a tune. Oh, let's try tune. Tune, envelope mod, accent, cutoff, resonance, and decay. I wonder if this is, if this tune is, I wonder if that is what they have instead of a proper transpose. You know what? Looks like lead, bass, rhythm. Oh. hear the bass. Okay, I can hear the bass, but not the rhythm in the lead. How can I play them all at once? Okay, when I hit lead, it's flashing. Rhythm, effects. These lights are on. Well, weird. I don't know if it's defective or what, but I can only hear the bass. What am I doing here? Control. Weird. Huh. I can only hear one thing at a time. I can't hear them all together. I've watched some videos on this, so I know that you can sample these in real time. Let me try that with the capture. I've seen that done. Actually, here, let's hear some of these. That's actually really, really solid bass line sounding. Ooh. Yeah, that thing is thick. Alright, let me try this capture. Do you have to be in record mode? Oh, okay. Select the track. I don't know if I recorded anything. Let's go back to lead. Okay. I can hear both now. So, rhythm. Oh. Okay, this is acting as a mixer for the drums. Oh, I see. Bass drum, snare drum, hi-hat. Okay, so what I'm seeing is that I can't... okay, this is my... Okay, I got the bass line recorded here. Let me try to record the rhythm. Let's turn this down. Record the rhythm onto the next one. All right. Okay, let's try going to lead. Okay, how do I go to lead while it's playing? Where's the patterns? Oh, this is the, okay, the red DSP synth. This is the level of the synth. So I have these. Okay, alright, I can see how this works. Alright, loop merge. I wonder if that's a bouncer. Merge from these two. Oh, yep. Okay, so I can bounce loops. All right, this is weird. Okay, how do I go to a different pattern? There's no master or encoder for information. Same. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Right away I can see that there's issues here that I don't like. First off is I would love to play the lead, the bass, and the rhythm at the same time. What is effects? Okay, the effects are, whatever effect this is, like a tremolo or something, a gate. Oh, there's gate time right there. Alright, that's weird. Okay, first off is these effects sound terrible. I wonder what effects there are. Oscillator wave, filter type, envelope, filter LFO, effect or vintage, whatever that means. Shift. Nothing. Nothing. Weird. Okay, let's go to lead. I can't turn the keyboard mode off. Let's try these envelopes. You can't. Okay, weird. I want to audition the synth while I'm playing with the envelopes, and I can't do that either. Alright, let's turn the envelope all the way down. Oh man, I can't believe I have to use up and down buttons to change values. There has to be another way. Alright, back to lead. Is there exit? Okay, that didn't do anything, it seems like. Let's go to release. This is the amp release, amplitude release. Let's try going all the way up. That should be far enough. Okay, yep, that's it. That's it. That's terrible. How am I supposed to audition these while I'm Okay, I'm gonna have to hook up a oh man, okay, already I can see that I don't like increase and decrease buttons to change values. There has to be another way. I don't have a manual, so I'm gonna have to download one or something, but in lieu of that, I have a MIDI controller. Maybe I can use a MIDI controller to control this value, right? I have to open up MIDI aux and see if I can find out what how I can do that. Also, because this is old, it doesn't have USB MIDI. A lot of my controllers are USB MIDI at this time, so I'm thinking maybe in the end I'll have to break out one of my old ones. I've got a nice SL that I can use to try to map these values out. What I'd like to do next, I think, is try to make a pattern. So I'm going to turn the video off for a second, and I'm going to get into this for a minute and see if I can come up with a way to make a pattern. Okay, so I did figure something out. I dragged a microphone out in this KP2, and I ran the RCA out to RCA in, another RCA piece of junk, and I have a microphone going in because I wanted to test the looper to test incoming audio. So I have it on line in here, and what I did is I went to rhythm, and well, I'll just do it right now. Go to rhythm, and we can pull these down because I was testing it out, but let's listen. What we can do is we can, let me go to a different pattern. Oh man, all those patterns are terrible. The drums sound pretty bad. So what I did was I'm going to capture just the drums on this one. I haven't figured out how to erase loops yet, okay? But I'm going to capture just the drums here on this guy here. So Stop it. I'll go back to line in. Nothing. Okay, now I have some jumps. Now, I take my other microphone, turn it on. Here I am, going through the chaos pad, and let's try to record a couple of loops on the next one. Okay, so I got these guys going. What I figured out is that I don't have to stop it to bounce it. So I can bounce all three of these. I can bounce to this one here. Nice, and then I can just start over here. So if I go to bass, I still... Is there an enter button? Okay. Yes. Okay. And overwrite this. Awesome. Okay. Okay, so far so good. Now, I'm starting to get some ideas, okay? I'm going to turn this thing on, and I'm going to show you what I have in mind, okay? Because this KP2 has a rudimentary sampler as well, and I can MIDI these two units together, okay? I did try to get a signal of MIDI from Ableton Live from my interface, and I can't figure out the clock yet. When I press setup, I can see that there's a ton of stuff in here. Some of these things I can figure out by looking at them, but this is pretty archaic language, so I think that in the end I'm going to need a manual to find out what all these parameters mean. I also figured out that when I'm in bass, let's see, exit, I can go to adjust the BPMs here, my octave here for the keyboard. Okay, I can't hear it. Okay, and then I have the type of voice. So that's pretty interesting. Okay, I can do some weird things. I also figured out that the effects really just have some distortion and some flanger, maybe a slicer or whatever. I don't even know if it says slicer here. So filter, isolator. I guess isolator is like a DJ. I don't know. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's a terrible, terrible list of effects here, and I don't think I can use any of them. But I might be able to run the output of this into the chaos pad and run that back into the input somehow without causing a feedback loop. Okay, I haven't figured that out yet. One thing I did do here, hold on, is I needed to figure out a controller for these controls, because I don't like this interface much at all, really. And I'm going to try to use my Novation Zero SL Mark II, which has a ton of options, and I really love this thing. It's easy for me to program online on a computer, and it has a lot of MIDI outs and ins. Another thing I figured out, and I hope this doesn't make your ears pop too bad, but this does have a short in it. There we go. See? Yep, just the power cable itself has a short. So I'm going to need to find another power cable and see if that does it. If it doesn't do it, I got to open it up and resolder that socket in. So anyway, I'm going to set this up in another way, and then I'll be back to give you a short little performance. Oh, another thing I figured out, and this is also quite terrible, but I'm used to it because back in the day I used to use 303 and all other XOX style Roland stuff, right? You can't actually, okay, I figured out when I go to lead, right, or bass or whatever, right? Why is that doing that? So strange. Anyway, when I go into record mode, I see it says step or I don't even know. I don't even know what that means, right? But I know that I have to program each note in, or I have to choose the note and then go to keyboard and place it, okay? If I don't want to hear any notes, if I want to erase the whole sequence, then I have to go to each note with the keyboard turned off, then I have to put rest or tie, okay? I'm certain that with a MIDI keyboard, I can figure out a better way of programming this. And when I figure that out, I'll let you guys know. Okay, so I'm going to get off here right now. I'm going to do some work here and set things up. And then I'm going to come back and show you what I figured out. So here I am some hours later. And this is what I've figured out about the machine. Okay, I have the MC09. And by the way, these stickers, thank you very much. Shay, that's his name. Thank you for putting those on there, because those are very, very useful. And what I got going on here is got the Phrase Lab going into the Chaos Pad 2. All right. I did this because the KP2 has a very, very similar amount of sampling time as the audio looper on here, basically. So what I've noticed is that I can keep the BPMs on here around between 79 and 81, and it will basically max out the sampling time right at the loop point after 2 measures. Okay, that's one thing, is that right now I'm going to have to download the manual. All right, because I've gone as far as I could without the manual. I need to MIDI sync this to Ableton Live if possible, so that the tempo never drifts. I need to, I figured out some things about the synth architecture, okay? I still haven't been able to figure out how to erase loops, but I can overdub them and merge on top of them, so it's no big deal. I can turn them off and on. I need to learn how to change the scale. I figured out that the scale determines if it says 1 or 2, whether it's 16 notes or 32 notes, 1 bar or 2 bars, the sequence, but I can't double a sequence to 2 bars, so I'd like to learn how to do that. I'd also, that stupid up and down increment and up and down buttons for menu diving is terrible. Okay, I figured out I have a MIDI keyboard hooked up now, and I figured out that I can't, in step mode, just choose the step and use the keyboard to enter the notes, right? There's no real-time recording. It's the notes don't even register in the sequencer when I'm in write mode, so that's another huge downfall, okay? So on the incoming here, on the Phrase Lab, I have things plugged into a mixer, including this crappy microphone, and that is going into my Alesis MIDI Verb 4, which is probably the best of the old crappy reverbs, right? It actually sounds amazing, right? So I'm going to dig into the menu right now, or the manual. I'm going to go to the Roland site and I'm going to download it, and I'm going to figure out how to accomplish some of these things, right? And then I'm going to just demonstrate some music, and you can see how far I've gone with it in less than 24 hours. Okay, so before I download the manual, one thing I should mention, and I'm not using the microphone right now, I'm just using the phone microphone, so sorry about the noise in the background. Anyway, I figured out that the best way for me to do different types of things for recording. See, I can't stand the step sequencing of the Roland XOX style sequencing. So what I do is let's go to leads. Let's go to okay, any of this has some crap in it. What I want to do, what I've been doing, and what I figured out is the best way. See, I'm not really into these acid lines anyway. Like, for the most part, I do like them, and I will record a couple here and there. But what I want to do is just use the synth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into sequence record, and these are the steps, and it shows you the notes, right? That's very tedious. What I'm going to do is just put a tie on each one, right? And then when I have all these in tie, nothing. Oh, it looks like I went to a different, okay, looks like everything is empty, right? I don't know why that happened. Okay, tie, okay. So it looks like I have ties all the way across the board. What I want to do is, let's just say that the pattern that I'm going to make is in F, or let's just say it's in G, right? So the very first one, I'll change it to keyboard. I'll go to the octave I want and then find a G, and I'll put that on there. And now, okay, it's G all the way across the board. Now I can exit out of record mode and adjust my sound to taste. I can choose different synth notes or whatever, right? And so I think what I'm going to do in the U numbers, I don't know how many user slots I have, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically fill the first 10 up with drum patterns, and then from 11 on I'll probably do a C, C sharp, a D, D sharp, and so on. That way, as I scroll through, I can just add those to the audio looper and do harmonies with myself and whatnot. You'll see in the performance what I'm talking about. Another thing I need the manual for is not just to increase this from 16 notes to 32 notes for that pattern I just made, for instance, but also to figure out if I can save loops that I make on the memory card. If I can, I have some amazing trap drum loops that I've created in Ableton that I'll probably drop in here and keep at all times so that I can drop them on the fly. Probably throw some fills in there as well. Anyway, let me get that manual. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I figured out lots of things. Got the manual. Right now it says busy, and the reason why is because I'm saving loops that I got from Ableton. Just loaded up some drum loops that I made. And it's interesting because I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of loops. Actually, if you send me an email at SnowMetalUniversity at gmail.com, I will send you some loops. This loading of one single loop takes forever, but I am going to actually max this card out with saving loops. So to do that, I figured out that you just go to Setup and you scroll up until it says LPS, which is Loop Save. Then you choose the loop you want to save. You choose the destination. You can use the increase and decrease button to choose the destination of the loop and save it. So looks like it worked. Okay, I'm going to save the next one. Actually, we'll go to loop save, enter, select, and this one is already full. So right, bam, now it's busy again. I mean, that took probably 2 or 3 minutes to save each loop. Okay, that's the first thing. If you hit setup and you scroll up and down until you see sync, SYN, you can change that to remote, and that will give you clock from an external sequencer. So I did that with Ableton, made it very easy to set up my, to record these loops that I'm saving now. The third thing, when you go into write mode, or when you're about to make a loop, either way, you can go shift and capture, and it will show you what you have your choices of 1 or 2. It'll tell you how long your loops are going to be. You can make them 2 bars that way. There's a way to do it when you're sequencing too. I can't remember what it is. So anyway, I already did that. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to load these up with some loops, and I'm going to see if I can record them or load them on the fly. If I can load them while I'm playing, then this is really truly a mind-bending machine for its age. I imagine that's probably not the case, but I'll try in a second. Nope, you can't load a loop while it's playing. So while sequencer is stopped, you go to setup and go to loop LPL. So there's a lot of these things. I can kind of guess what. I just saw MIDI dump and all that. Okay, loop load. We're going to go enter. And yeah, we'll put loop number 1. And we will put it on this guy here. And we will write. So asking me if I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure. And we'll see how long this takes. Busy, busy, busy. It hasn't, oh, it just started registering. So yeah, we'll see how long this takes. I'll be right back. Okay, it took about 2 minutes to load one loop, right? Max size loop. So took the memory card out, I put it into my card reader, I have an all-in-one card reader. I just was seeing if it saves it in WAV file format. It does not, alright? It saves it as that crap. L1, loop 1, M09, loop 2, M09, and it's a strange looking type of M09 file. So it creates a proprietary file when it saves these loops. No chance of being able to just drag them from the computer and put them onto the card, right? Thing about it is that without being able to load them up while you're playing, it's kind of limited amount of usefulness anyway, but I'm still going to try to max the card out. I wonder how many loops I can fit on here. I'm going to try to do that. What I'm going to do right now, though, is I'm going to play some music for you guys. This experiment has been fun. The MC09. You'll see that I'm able to get some amazing results in just a few hours owning it. And am I going to use this in a live show? Yeah, possibly. I've got a couple coming up, so maybe I'll give it a shot, break it out just for a couple of tracks or something in my set. But anyway, yeah, I'll show you how this works. I'm going to be doing some guitar work, vocal work, and chaos pad work, and I'm going to be sampling everything into the audio looper as well as using the internal synth in here. So, cool. Synthesizer looper, excuse me. Yeah, that's my PayPal address actually, synthesizerlooper@gmail. If you want to send me some money, send me a house. SnowMetalUniversity@gmail.com. Send me an email and I'll put you on my list, and I will send you a massive sample pack with tons of the breaks that you're going to be hearing in this set, and everybody be blessed.